Good day, folks. Great White Smoke Barbecue back with you today. We're going to be doing a brisket. Going to be overnight. I'm going to end up trimming up some of this fat off. And I'm going to render it down to some tallow. And I'll get back with you once everything's all trimmed up, and I'll show you how to process this. All right, guys, got it all trimmed up, and obviously you know what comes next. You got to do the mustard binder. Lay it on a little bit heavier because it's a bigger piece of meat. I want you to do the same with your spice of your choice. Again, using Wild Games Cooking meat rub. I'm going to lay it on heavy. Probably going to be smoking this overnight. I'm going to assume at least 16 hours. Make sure you get the sides. I'm going to be doing it at 180. It is a big piece of meat. Again, mustard is binder. Lay it on thick. And again, with your spice rub. Ran out of spice rub. I'm going to have to get some more of the peppers. Apparently I didn't have any more of the meat rub, so I'm going to be using the barbecue spice. Again, you want it nice and thick and coated. Large piece of meat. Get all the sides. I'll be catching up back with you guys once it's time to hit the tracker. All right, it's about 9 o'clock at night. We're gonna throw this brisket on. I got the fat already rendering. Just threw that on before the brisket. We're gonna put the fatty side, or the tip, more towards the hot end of the smoker. Just sit there nice. I'm gonna put the meat probe in, and I'm just gonna let it go till it reaches about 165 to 180, and then we'll see when that happens. Okay, folks, we're at 165 internal. I'm gonna take this off now. It's been smoking for 15 hours, big piece of meat. I ended up having to put it up to 225. We're gonna go inside and wrap it, and I'm gonna show you that process and how to get this beef tallow out of the fat. So we'll meet you inside. All right, all I did with the tallow is just put it into this fat separator. It's pretty well all just gorgeous tallow. I'm just gonna dump some on. Then we're going to wrap this brisket up. Remember which side you have for the fat side, because you want that to be on top. All right, we'll meet you back out in the smoker. All right, back outside, we're gonna throw it back on. I'm gonna want the fatty side up and the point end towards the more heat. I'm gonna nail this back in so we know when the temperature is. I'm gonna crank it up to 275, and then we're gonna pull it off at around 202 to 205. We'll be back with you then. We're back, guys. We've reached 206, so I'm gonna pull it off. wrap it in a blanket. Oh yeah, she's soft. I'm gonna wrap it in a blanket and then we're gonna put it in a cooler like you'd normally store drinks in. Then we're gonna let it sit for about 2 to 3 hours, depending on how long you want to wait. Ooh, she's all tucked in there. I'll get back when we start cutting it up. All right, guys, it's been 2.5 hours. I took it out of its wrap in the cooler. Oh, it's already falling apart. Sorry, I had to pause for a quick minute to take the wrap off. We're gonna cut the point off the flat. That's what everybody wants to see. The juice is coming out. Beautiful. I'm gonna flip this fat end around. As you can see on the flat, I can't even pick it up with my fingers and it's already falling apart. Now let's try the point. A little thicker than I normally would. But look at that. I'm gonna plate it up and I'll show you what it looks like after. All right, I got the brisket all cut up. Smoke ring's beautiful. It was pretty much just falling apart. I decided to go with a little bit of roasted garlic and sauteed onion, mashed potatoes, a little bit of sour cream, butter, and milk. And if you want that recipe, please let me know. I'll give it to you. This is Great White Smoke. Hope you enjoy.